In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way, prepares really well each and every time now, and he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 18 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know he's a big part of their offense. They count on him, not only to score the touchdown.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So out come the Texans in great starting field position. The former MVP in his 12th season leading them out. He's got more rushing touchdowns than any quarterback in NFL history. Cam Newton. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. And they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Peterson. And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Too rocky. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They try again with Peterson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Adrian Peterson. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Willis. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. Finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Willis. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. Now back to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Peterson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Second down, Peterson again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 49 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try the air now with Newton. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Cam Newton. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Texans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. 1st and 10 now. Willis and the Titans at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd down. Willis looks to throw here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jonathan Grenard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Let's go. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. Third down, it's Willis. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Smith to return it. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And our focus now moves to Adrian Peterson. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here. Because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 41, Newton, throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. Only able to gain a couple there, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw, Newton. That pass complete to Moore, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Newton. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Peterson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Adrian Peterson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scored. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Willis. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's returnable now for Smith. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. A solid stiff arm. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. From the 50, Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here we go. Let's go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Newton. He's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Adrian Peterson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Running left, it's Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Newton.
This one left side caught by Collins.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. from just shy of midfield. Newton. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And not wanting to risk anything here in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Second down, Peterson again. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Here's Newton.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, these 2 teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Carry number 20 now for Peterson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, Peterson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half.
1st and 10 now. Willis and the Titans
at their 25-yard line. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Henry up the middle. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff to Henry. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
2nd down. Here's Willis.
His throw incomplete.
They certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's taken in at the 9.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
146 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. 2nd down, Peterson again.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll give to Peterson out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They run over center with Peterson. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the middle with Peterson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Adrian Peterson. A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the 30 on second down, Willis. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson.
Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
First down, here's a run with Peterson.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Man, 216 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. 7 yards there and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. The Texans on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton.
And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down.
Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2, Willis.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Peterson.
He'll get this up to about the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They find some open field here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
Willis
looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Up the middle, it's Peterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Peterson gets the call running left. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go. Here we go.
Running for it. Here's Peterson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Throwing here, Newton. Flushed out right. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling this team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for the Texans, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.